everyone. Today I'll be discussing and talking about the movie The Vampire, Interview with the Vampire, The Vampire Lestat, not the movie but some of the books, Vampire Lestat, Tell the Body Thief, and Mimic the Devil. And these are books by Anna Rice. We're also doing like inspired vampire makeup look, old world makeup look. I guess based off of like Spain, Italy, 90s makeup look. I guess we'll start off with foundation and coverage. So right now I'm going to be using Maybelline number 35 Deep for concealer. Put it under my eyes. Now the reason why I chose Interview with a Vampire, because it's one of my favorite movies. And it starred Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, and it's mostly, to me at least, mostly, by the time you reach the end of the movie, for me, from a psychological point of view, it talks about human consciousness and how once a person loses that unhuman quality, and how far a person will go to be human, and I guess how a person feels when they achieve a certain point in their life, such as reaching like a pivotal point of their life, and reach the highest mountain, climb the highest mountain, and reach the top. Anyway, about the movie, it starts off with Louis being interviewed by a journalist. Originally, that role was supposed to go to River Phoenix. Instead, it went to someone else. I believe he wanted the role of Lestat and the journalist, but unfortunately, he passed away, and they chose someone else to fill in the role. But and it starts off with Louis being interviewed by a journalist, how a vampire tells the tale about his life, and how he started off in, I believe, 18th century vampire in a different country. I think it was London, or let me see, 12th century. Was it 12th century? London or Paris. I believe it's Paris. London or Paris. It's France, Paris, or London. And how he started off human, and how they were hit with bubonic plague and everyone's dying, and how I guess fast forward there, he meets Lestat. Lestat gives him a chance at second life, and Lestat just happens to be a vampire and turns Louis into a vampire. How ultimately Louis does not like being a vampire, but comes to terms with being a vampire. But how Louis creates, I guess, what he didn't have in his waking life, a family for himself, but unfortunately was destroyed by a cult of vampires in, I believe, Spain, I think. Let me see, I have the book. Interview with the Vampire. This one's the Vampire Lestat, actually. Vampire Lestat. This one's Tell the Body Thief and Mimic the Devil by Anna Rice. These are tales of follows the Vampire Lestat and Louis throughout history into present day. And talks about how, I guess, and how foundation I'm using is Fenty Beauty number 360 Pro Filter, soft matte, and how sorry, I have to gather my thoughts. How they go to France. Louis goes to France with Lestat. They see a play with Claudia, and somehow Armand, the head of the theater, vampires the head theater, and his other vampire friends capture Claudia and Louis's companion, chosen companion, and lock them in a desolate room, and where sunlight is shown in. Both vampires die by sunlight. Unfortunately, Louis's child Claudia life was short-lived and taken from Louis, which is unfortunate. And after that, Louis, I guess, will go far for his family and destroys completely the vampire coven in Paris and in the movie, and also he also destroys like Lestat's. Before that, he also destroyed Lestat's plantation and house because of him not coming to terms with himself being a vampire. But afterward, he does when he has Claudia and his companion. But unfortunately, those two were taken away from him. So he completely, absolutely destroys the coven in a whole. Unfortunate. And after that, he escapes with, I guess, Armand. I'm using for makeup. I'm gonna make this almost like a vampire look. So also, I'm gonna use mocha. I'm gonna use powder. It's like almost silky foundation and powder. Number CM05A. Because I'm gonna make it look powdery look. That way it could look nice and soft. Almost like 12th century, 18th century actually, 18th century vampire look. Now the interesting part of the movie that I really like is how Louis finds human qualities, still has those human qualities, and would like to tell a story to a journalist, and still has the human side of him despite being turned into a thing of evil like a vampire. And he still has he still has, I guess, empathy for humans. Unlike Louis, who just has control and power. Who would rather have control. I mean, unlike Lestat, who would rather have control and power, Louis still has the empathetic side to himself, a human-like quality that most vampires don't have. I'm using Zodiac palette, BH Cosmetics. That's what I really like about the movie, about that character Louis. But let's find that brush. I'll be using, I want to make it look 18th century as possible, so I'll be using like just powdery, light powdery beige under Aquarium, under my eyes, and so the other part of my favorite is the theatrical scene and how Claudia rejects the theater and how she doesn't like it. and how and also how Claudia never grows. Like no matter how many times he rips her dresses, tear her hair, cuts her hair, her hair still grows out. She still stays young and beautiful, and that's like the painstaking sacrifice she makes when she's turned into a vampire. Same thing with Louis. So I like how this movie like covers topics of sacrifice, human qualities that people wish they have, but if they have it, so you stay young forever. How a human would react to it, and how they would, how their human side would react to it, and how they would dislike it. In having immortality, and then also I like how it goes over how vicious humans could turn out to be, such as hurting people for no reason, or killing people for no reason when they have that power, when they have that immortality, when they have, endless life, like what they could put, the endless possibilities they could use with that power. And also, for lipstick, I'll be using, okay, there it is, Revlon, Shades of You, Warm Burgundy. Okay, it's actually Maybelline. It's not Revlon, it's Maybelline. Hey, this is my mom's makeup. My mom's lipstick. Gives it that dark look. I'm gonna just pat it on. Dark lip color. And I'll be using Milan Amore Matte. That little nice looking dark color. It's made in Los Angeles, California. Made in USA. And yeah, but it has Milani, actually it's called Milani. And for some reason I thought it derived from the Italian city Milan. I believe so, but let's open it. I just bought it, so let's open it and see it. And also like how other favorite part of the movie was how this is dark. I love it. It smelled like cake frosting. It smells so good. So good. It smells like cake frosting, honestly. It smells so good. Oh god, I love this. I just opened it. It's brand new. I love this. And also, I love how I use this to spread it evenly. I love how City Color Matte Lipstick. How in the movie, Louis not only gets revenge, but for his family, but once again he's still too. And for some reason, I guess he revisits not Lestat's old plantation, old house, and Cover Girl, old house, and just goes over regular eyebrow pencil and to see how Lestat's is doing, and he awakens, I guess accidentally awakens him, and Lestat goes after the journalist for knowing about vampires, and I believe no one knows, but I believe he I like how funny it was at the end, how he was driving the journalist's car. I guess he like sucks the blood of the journalist and turns up the radio, and just moves on like it's modern day, like he's inducted into a new world from the old world, and I believe he's going to turn the journalist into a vampire himself. Sorry about that. It's, you don't understand how hot I am right now because it's like fairly hot and like suede. Two coats of suede and cloth. This outfit. And for blush, I'll be right back. Hold on. Right and back. For blush, I'm using Bloom. I'll be using this one, the dark, smooth dark color. Just to match the lipstick. This gives it that look, dark look. A modernized 18th century look. The movie was made in the 90s, but in the book, the movie takes place in 2000s, modern day, 18th century. So it goes over like a span of time. Now for the rest of this video, I'm going to talk about this How the Body Thief and the Method. These two books, especially this is my favorite book. Favorite book because it's so cool how it talks about two souls switching bodies and like living their lives and being able to I guess fight back to regain control of their body. So it also talks about possession. It's really cool, and it also gives like a nice journey and like a quest in the book to win back, I guess, their body. It's a very good book. I love this book. But this also talks about how far a person would go for power. Like, it talks about also one of my favorite witches in the book was Marique. She also has her own book. And the character also has her own book, storyline, and talks about how, I guess she helped out her love interest, and and how she like goes on a journey to like Aztec mountains and discovers like her powers, and talks about the Telemaskin, a group of witches, I believe, old witches that has book of spells and history, and how I guess they go there and steal a book, and how they just to get back his own body, switch back bodies with the vampire Lestat. And human, it's not a journalist, but he's I guess, adventurous, goes on adventures, and I guess traveler, adventurous, and let's see, what do you call those things? I want to say architect, geologist, almost like geologist kind of occupation, but I had forgotten about it. And the awesome adventures they have throughout the whole book. So it's a really good book. If you guys haven't read the book yet, you guys should read this book. It's so good. One of the best books written by her in series. Also, it also mentions the author of Marique, because Marique is also in this book. You should also read that too if you like adventures too. If you like dark adventures, this book, Interview with the Vampire, Mimic Devil. This talks about how far a human will go, like, to, not human, but Lestat, a vampire, will go to defeat the devil, Mimic the devil. He goes literally after, just for how far a person will go for power, like, it would go after the devil itself, and hypothetically, and to see the other side of heaven and hell, and to gain power, and I guess to like become almost like human again, like almost like how a human would do everything just to have extraordinary powers, and how how they would see the other side, and to see ghosts and heaven, hell, you name it. How the guy's like completely mind warped, and I guess a vampire like touching the sun, and like just completely obliterating oneself, consciousness and physical self in this book. So that's how good this book is. It's like so good. So if you haven't read it yet, you guys should read it. It's coming up though. I didn't give a book review, but just as good as, because the books are so good. Like the movie itself is good. It's really good, but the books are even better. It's just like Harry Potter. Like the movie, it's so good. It explains the book and how every detail of the book almost, but it's more of the description and details of every single minor detail of what is happening in the book. It's like like a movie cannot explain it. Like the only a person's imagination or otherworldly almost description is in this book. That's how good this book is. That is how good this book is, guys. So yeah, and just to add to this look, I'm gonna like to add to this look, make it more vampy like. Where is that? Okay, there it is. Where is that? Okay, here it is. And also it talks about how Lestat has, I guess, a bit of the Mason Freeman induction, and not exactly induction, but more like how he has connections within this book, I believe within 3 of these books actually. So Vampire Lestat, Interview with the Vampire, Tale of the Body Thief, and Knock the Devil. So yeah, those are like 3 good books, must-read books for like horror, fantasy, and anyone who likes like fantasy, vampire-like books. Now something just to read, or like ghostly, ghastly, soul-like creatures. So I'm gonna use Aries. Face black. You put that on the lid. So if anyone like wants to read like and also Interview with the Vampire itself is it's like a good horror movie. Like a real good horror movie. Because he has like Lestat itself is like such a good character that she made in her legacy and the rest is legacy. It's like these books in this movie. And also they have a series coming out, I think on TMC this fall, August, I believe, which is Interview with the Vampire. That's why I chose to do this video, because oh my god, so those black, I'm gonna use like a highlighter in the middle to offset the black. Also like a bit of beige again to smooth out the highlighter. That way it won't seem too white and chalky. Okay, and then I'm gonna just suit it blend with my blush brush. Okay, there. That gives us that nice dark look that we're looking for. So yeah, it's a nice vampire look. Because this video is supposed to be about makeup. Now and nails. And also the books take you like throughout different countries. Mexico, where Aztecs, mountains, London, Paris, America, you know, all throughout like these countries, Spain, Italy, all throughout these countries to travel. It takes you like, it takes like, if the person's unable to go there themselves, these books will take you there. These books will like, they'll give you like that imagination to go there. That's how good it is. That's how descriptively good these books are. And also this lipstick, Milani, like smells so good. I did not know. It surprised me so much. It smells like cake frosting. I love it. That vanilla cake frosting, but purple. Smells so good. It smells so good. I love it. And the perfume I decided to use today is Bulgari Allegra. It's made in Italy. I chose it because it's made in Italy. It also smells of roses, and it gives like a magnificent, loving, excellent, receiving, and giant bouquet of roses. So it also gives, because roses like forever classic, and people have been using roses for years and years and years, millions of years, hundreds of years, every hundred years, honestly. It smells so good. It's a classic smell. Like cake, it smells like classic, smooth, sweet smell. So mature smell, almost. Smells so good. So good. Like a red rose. So in the outfit I'm wearing, it's a suede outfit. Little tassels. Small little tassels on the side. So he has like a vampire look. I'm wearing suede. So it's like blue suede. Inner vest. A blue suede, purple, almost burgundy purple, plum-like jacket. Small little heart. And a white cotton scarf to complete the look, and beautiful earrings. I forgot what they're called, but they're like made in India. Very beautiful earrings. Flower and cute little red, almost ruby-like sapphire. And the other hair, I decided to dress it today just for the look itself, just for the theme of the movie itself. So this is the look. So yeah, with the green hair tie. This is my like 18th century, 12th century look. Hope you guys like it. Hope you guys really like it. And I hope you guys love this makeup look. If you guys do, hit the subscribe button below. And I hope you guys love to be explaining the story. So yeah. Love you guys. Love, light, and peace. Peace, love, light. Channel. So yeah, this is one look.